Hi, we're here from Cooler Guys to provide you with some general information about our cabinet cooling kits. All of our kits come with brackets, fans, grills, and with the necessary screws to attach the fans to the bracket and the bracket to your cabinet. In addition, some of our kits contain a power supply and or a thermal controller that will turn your fans on or off depending on the air temperature in your cabinet. Brackets. The bracket is the acrylic backbone for the cooling unit. You attach the fans and the grills to the bracket, which in turn is attached to your cabinet. They come in various sizes. We have single hole 80 millimeters to triple hole 120 millimeters. Some of the brackets contain holes to insert accessories, which are explained in those kits online. We also have two wood version grills that are designed to take either one or two 120 millimeter fans. The fans that we include with our brackets and kits are extremely quiet. You can order or use your own fans, but make sure that they are the correct size and match to use with the accessories that you purchased. Most of our fans are 12 volt, however we have some 5 volt that we use in our light kits. We have found the DC fans to be the quietest and most durable. Grills. The grills vary slightly depending on which type and size of kit you purchase. Make sure you install the grill as per the instructions so that you don't pinch or stop the fan from turning. Some are installed behind the bracket, honeycomb style. Here is our 120 millimeter single kit with the honeycomb grill installed and with fan. Honeycomb goes below the bracket, above the fan, and it's screwed together. And then on the back of the fan you have the standard finger grill for protection. Some of our kits have grills that are placed on the outside of the bracket. Here's our dual 80 millimeter kit. It's got the fans on the outside of the bracket as well as on the back for protection. Power supplies. A lot of our kits include the power supply that is matched up with the fans. Our 12 volt and 5 volt adapters to power the fans are converters that can be plugged into 120 volt or 240 volt AC power. See our information page online to see what power supply you need if you are picking your own parts for a kit. If you buy one of our full kits, the power supply will be matched for the parts you are buying. All of the power supplies are UL approved and are shielded so they won't interfere with any of your components. The plugs are also 2 prongs, which allow you to plug into the back of many amps, receivers, or other switched outlets. We also have USB fans that can be powered by most USB plugs, and they require no additional power source. Thermal controller. Some of our kits come with a thermal controller switch. It reads the ambient temperature in the cabinet and turns the fan on or off depending on the temperature where the probe is placed. Our standard thermal controller is preset to turn the fans on at approximately 87 degrees Fahrenheit and off at 81 degrees. Power is plugged into one side, and on the other side there's 2 native plugs to allow you to plug the 2 fans in. More fans can be adapted if necessary on that controller. We also have an LED displayed version that is programmable and allows you to adjust what temperature you want the fans to go on and at what temperature you want them to go off. Here's one of our LED controllers installed in one of our dual deluxe kits. Next, I will show you step-by-step instructions on putting together a kit and installing in a cabinet. Hi, Glenn here from Cooler Guys. I'm going to give you some basic assembly instructions for one of our kits. This particular kit is a cabcool 1201 single. It's a single 120mm kit with thermal control. This is what it comes with. It comes with the bracket, the 120mm fan, comes with a honeycomb grill and a finger grill, standard thermal controller, and a power supply. When you're going to assemble this kit, first thing you're going to want to do is determine which way you want the airflow to go. I'm going to put this particular kit on the outside of the cabinet, and I want it to blow air out of the cabinet. The side of the fan has an arrow that shows which way the air is going to flow. Always flows towards the logo. Okay, on this kit, with the honeycomb grill, I put this on the finished side of the bracket, and the grill goes on top of the fan first, then the bracket goes on top of that, like so. And put on fan screws that come with the kit. All you need to do is put the protective grill on the back. This particular protective grill, we call it a finger grill, it's actually offset one side, and you want to put the offset away from the fan. If you put it on the wrong way, it may bind the fan blades, and your fan will not turn on, will not turn, which is a problem. Okay, goes on like so. I'll show you, I got a finished one over here. The protective grill on the back. Also comes with 4 wood screws that used to attach it to the cabinet. Okay, let's hook this up. You've got the thermal controller, the power supply. Okay, on one side of this thermal controller, you plug in the power. Only goes one way. Once you plug it in and you plug in your power supply, you're going to have a green LED light. It'll go on showing that there's power to the thermal controller. On the other side is a connection for the fan. Only goes on one way. It's got 2 native connections. In this particular case, we're only going to use one. And it's hooked up. There's a thermal probe here. You got about a 2-foot length on it that allows you to place this probe in your cabinet where the heat accumulates. As you notice too, it's got a protective sleeve over this thermal probe. You want to leave that protective sleeve on. It protects the probe from damage like static electricity. Let's heat this up. Once it hits 87, 88 degrees, goes on, gets down to about 81, it'll go off. Simple as that. Okay, here's my 120mm single kit that I just put together. Now I go to my cabinet, I pre-cut out the hole. Per the instructions, make sure you do it less than what the outside dimension of the bracket is. Fits in here, it's like so. Use the wood screws that come with the kit to attach it to the cabinet. Get them started here. As you can see on this particular application, I've got the logo of the fan facing out. I am pulling air out of the cabinet. There you go.